Power isn't something you find outside yourself. It's something that's been living within you all along. Every moment you've doubted yourself, every time you've hesitated to take action, that power has been waiting for you to notice it. It's not about becoming something new. It's about awakening what's already there. The moment you recognize that truth, everything begins to shift. You were born with the ability to shape your reality, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. All of them hold energy. When you direct that energy toward what you want, rather than what you fear, your entire world begins to change. Recognition of your inner power starts when you stop seeking validation and start trusting your own voice. Most people underestimate themselves because they've been conditioned to believe they're limited. Society teaches you to play small, to fit in, to follow the path that feels safe. But safety often means stagnation. Recognizing your power means breaking away from that conditioning and choosing courage over comfort. Your power grows when you take ownership of your choices. Every decision you make sends a message to your subconscious about who you believe you are. When you choose action over hesitation, you're telling your mind that you are capable, resourceful, and unstoppable. That's how confidence is built, not through luck, but through conscious repetition of powerful choices. The energy you project is the energy you attract. When you step into your power, people feel it. You begin to influence your environment rather than being shaped by it. You stop asking for permission to be great and start embodying greatness through your presence, through your actions, through your belief. Recognizing your power doesn't mean arrogance. It means alignment. It's understanding that you are connected to something larger, something greater than yourself. When you tap into that awareness, you realize that fear, doubt, and insecurity are just illusions trying to hide your strength. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove your power. The harder the test, the more potential you uncover within yourself. The moment you stop running from difficulty and start embracing it, you discover a version of yourself you never knew existed, stronger, wiser, and more determined. Your power isn't activated by comfort, it's awakened by struggle. Pressure creates diamonds, and the same principle applies to your life. The moments that break most people are the same moments that can build you. If you choose to rise instead of retreat, recognizing your power is a daily practice. It's in the way you speak to yourself, the standards you hold, and the energy you bring into every room. It's not a one-time realization, it's a lifestyle. You don't just wake up powerful, you remind yourself of it every single day until it becomes who you are. And when you truly recognize that power within you, you stop waiting for opportunities, you create them. You stop following paths, you build your own. Because deep down, you've always known the truth. The power was never missing. It was always in you, waiting to be unleashed. Every day you wake up with a choice to take charge of your energy or let the world dictate it for you. The moment you open your eyes, your energy begins to shape your reality. How you think, how you feel, and how you respond determines the direction of your entire day. Taking responsibility for your energy means refusing to be a victim of circumstances and choosing to be the creator of your experience. Your energy is your message to the world. People feel it before you even speak. When your energy is strong, centered, and focused, it commands respect and inspires others. But when it's scattered or negative, it drains not only you but everyone around you. Responsibility begins with awareness, recognizing when your energy lifts or lowers the room. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. That response is your power. When someone challenges you, you can either react with anger or respond with strength. Every reaction is a reflection of your inner state. Taking responsibility for your energy means mastering that state, staying calm, focused, and intentional no matter what happens externally. Energy flows where attention goes. If you constantly focus on problems, you feed them. If you focus on solutions, you grow stronger. Most people waste their energy on things they can't control, what others think, what might go wrong, or what already happened. But leaders, the ones who create change, invest their energy where it produces results, action, growth, and progress. Your habits either recharge or drain your energy. The people you surround yourself with, the content you consume, the thoughts you repeat, all of it feeds your energetic state. Taking responsibility means protecting your environment. You have to guard your energy like it's gold because it is. Your mindset, your mood, your results, they all depend on what you allow into your space. Every emotion you feel carries a frequency. Gratitude, love, and purpose vibrate high. They empower you. Anger, jealousy, fear vibrate low. They deplete you. When you learn to shift your focus toward gratitude and purpose, your entire state transforms. That's not denial, it's discipline. It's refusing to let negativity dictate your direction. When you take full responsibility for your energy, you stop blaming. You stop saying, they made me angry, or that situation ruined my mood. No one can take your peace without your permission. The moment you own your emotional state, you reclaim your power. That's when real freedom begins. Not when things get easier, but when you rise above them. Your energy determines your destiny. Think about it. Every successful person you admire didn't just work harder. They carried a different energy. Determination, belief, and enthusiasm are forces that magnetize opportunities. When you operate from that space, life starts responding differently. You attract the people, the ideas, and the outcomes that match your frequency. It's not about being positive all the time. It's about being powerful in how you choose to show up. Some days will be heavy, but responsibility means showing up anyway, with purpose, with focus, with heart. You breathe through the chaos, ground yourself, and decide, my energy will lead me, not my emotions. When you take responsibility for your energy, you stop surviving and start creating. You become a force, calm, steady, unstoppable. You begin to realize that your life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. And when your energy aligns with purpose, nothing in this world can stand in your way. Limitations exist only when you accept them. Every boundary in your life is built from fear, doubt, or hesitation. You can think your way around them forever, but nothing changes until you move. Action is the ultimate breaker of limits. The moment you take the first step, you prove to yourself that what once felt impossible is actually within reach. Too many people wait for the perfect time to start. They want clarity, confidence, or certainty before they act, but that's not how it works. Action creates confidence. Movement builds momentum. Waiting for the right moment keeps you trapped in the illusion of preparation. If you want to break limits, you must move even when you don't feel ready. Every excuse you tell yourself is a brick in the wall between you and your potential. I'm not ready. I don't know enough. What if I fail? Those thoughts build prisons. The only way to tear them down is through movement. The second you act, that wall starts to crack. The light of possibility begins to shine through. Action transforms fear into focus. When you stay still, fear grows louder. When you move, fear starts losing its power. Each step forward weakens the hold of hesitation. You don't have to know the whole path. Just take the next step. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move despite it. The truth is, you don't overcome limitations by thinking differently alone. You overcome them by doing differently. Consistent action rewires your mind. Every small victory builds belief. Over time, what once looked impossible becomes normal. Progress doesn't come from one big leap, it comes from showing up daily. Even when it's hard, when you act, you gain evidence of your strength. You stop relying on motivation and start relying on discipline. You begin to trust yourself because every action you take reinforces a new identity, someone who moves, someone who doesn't quit. That's how transformation happens, not in thought, but in execution. Action is a language your mind understands better than words. You can affirm success all day, but without effort, those affirmations mean nothing. Movement gives your intentions power. When your actions align with your goals, the universe responds with momentum. Things start falling into place not by magic, but by motion. Breaking limitations through action also means embracing failure. Every setback is feedback. Every mistake teaches you something the comfort zone never could. The more you fail forward, the stronger you become. Each fall refines your focus and deepens your resilience. Failure isn't the opposite of progress, it's part of it. If you wait until the fear disappears, you'll wait forever. The only way to make fear irrelevant is to move faster than it. The faster you take action, the less time doubt has to talk you out of your dreams. Every second of hesitation strengthens your limits. Every second of action destroys them. Your potential doesn't respond to thought, it responds to action. So move, act boldly. Take the leap even when your hands shake, because when you start moving, your limits start breaking. And one day, you'll look back and realize the walls that once held you back were never real. They were just waiting for you to act. Focus is the foundation of all strength. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. When your mind is scattered, your power is diluted. But when you focus, truly focus, your energy becomes a force that can move mountains. Every great achievement in history began with one thing: unwavering focus on a single vision. In a world full of distractions, focus is your greatest weapon. Notifications, noise, and endless opinions try to pull your attention in every direction. But the people who win are the ones who learn to say no. They protect their focus like it's sacred because they know that where focus goes, progress follows. Your focus determines your direction. If you constantly dwell on your problems, you'll grow them. But if you direct your mind towards solutions, opportunities start to appear. Strength isn't built by avoiding difficulty. It's built by focusing on what moves you forward, even when it's hard. Every moment you spend focused on your goals, you're feeding your growth. Every moment you waste on distractions, you're starving your potential. Focus is a choice. It's a discipline. It's the daily decision to tune out the noise and tune into your purpose. That's where personal strength begins, inside your ability to stay centered. True focus requires sacrifice. You can't focus on everything at once. You have to let go of what doesn't serve you, even if it's comfortable. Strength comes when you trade temporary pleasure for long-term purpose. When you do that consistently, your focus becomes sharp enough to cut through any obstacle. When you focus deeply, you access a different level of power. Your mind becomes clear, your emotions settle, and your actions become intentional. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. That's what personal strength really is. The ability to remain calm, confident, and committed no matter the chaos around you. Distractions are not just external, they're internal too. Doubt, fear, and negative thoughts are mental distractions that break focus. To build strength, you must train your mind to return to your purpose every time it drifts. The more you practice this, the stronger your mental muscles become. Focus gives birth to mastery. When you give consistent attention to something, your skills evolve, your understanding deepens. Your confidence grows. That's why strong people don't chase everything. They pick a direction, lock in, and move relentlessly until results appear. Focused energy always outperforms scattered effort. When life tests you, and it will, your focus becomes your anchor. It keeps you grounded when storms hit. It reminds you why you started when things get hard. The person who can maintain focus under pressure doesn't break, they rise. Because their strength isn't situational, it's internal. So build your strength through focus. Eliminate distractions, protect your energy, and commit to your path. The world will try to pull you away, but every time you choose focus, you're choosing power. And when your focus aligns with your purpose, nothing can stop you. You become unstoppable, unshakable, and unbreakable. Purpose is the fuel that turns potential into power. Without purpose, your energy has no direction. You can work hard, stay busy, and still feel empty because effort without meaning drains you. But when you move with purpose, every action gains strength. You stop chasing approval and start chasing impact. That's when your true power begins to grow. Purpose gives your life clarity. It defines why you wake up every morning, why you keep going when things get tough, and why you refuse to quit when others would. When your actions are connected to something bigger than yourself, you tap into an energy that doesn't fade. That's the kind of power that outlasts motivation. It's driven by meaning. Without purpose, you drift, you follow trends, chase temporary highs, and wonder why fulfillment never lasts. But once you discover your why, direction appears. Your choices become intentional. You stop wasting energy on things that don't align with your mission, and you start investing it into what truly matters. That alignment is where growth begins. Power without purpose is chaos. It burns fast and fades quickly. Purpose gives your power stability. It channels your fire into focus. When you know what you stand for, every challenge becomes a test of strength, not a reason to stop. Obstacles become opportunities to deepen your commitment. Purpose makes pain meaningful. Life will hit you, but purpose transforms suffering into fuel. The moments that once broke you become the reason you rise. When you know your mission, you stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. That mindset shift turns weakness into wisdom and struggle into strength. When your purpose drives you, you don't need constant motivation. You operate from something deeper. You're not waiting for the perfect mood. You're guided by the mission. You act because it matters, not because it's easy. That's how leaders are built, through consistency rooted in purpose. Purpose gives power to perseverance. When you're clear about your why, quitting stops being an option. You'll find energy you didn't know you had, courage you never thought possible, and belief that cannot be shaken. Power grows in those who stay connected to their vision when no one's watching. Your purpose doesn't have to be loud or grand. It just has to be true. It can be serving others, building something meaningful, or becoming the best version of yourself. What matters is that it's authentic. When your purpose is real, it pulls you forward even when the path feels uncertain. Purpose also attracts power. The universe aligns with those who move with intention. People are drawn to your certainty, inspired by your clarity, and motivated by your passion. When you live on purpose, your energy elevates others. It multiplies instead of drains. So if you want your power to grow rooted in purpose, know why you move, what you stand for, and who you're becoming. Because when your purpose drives your actions, your energy becomes limitless, your confidence becomes unshakable, and your life becomes unstoppable. Purpose doesn't just give you direction, it gives you strength beyond measure. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. It's the lens through which you see the world, the filter that shapes your beliefs, and the force that drives your actions. When your mindset aligns with your mission, your thoughts, energy, and behavior move in one powerful direction, that alignment creates unstoppable momentum, the kind that turns vision into reality. Too many people have big dreams but small beliefs. They want success, but their mindset whispers doubt. They say they want more, but they think in limitations. Alignment means bringing your beliefs up to the level of your goals. You can't chase greatness with a mindset built on fear. You must think in the language of success, possibility, growth, and certainty. Your mission is your destination, but your mindset is the vehicle that gets you there. If the vehicle is broken, filled with negativity, excuses, or hesitation, you'll never reach your goal. But when your mindset is tuned with clarity and purpose, nothing can stop your drive. Every obstacle becomes fuel instead of friction. Alignment begins with awareness. You have to notice the thoughts that don't serve your mission. Every time you say, I can't, it's too hard, or maybe later, you disconnect from your power. The moment you replace those with, I will, I can, it's possible your energy shifts. The universe doesn't respond to doubt, it responds to decision. To align your mindset with your mission, you must live intentionally. Your habits, words, and emotions must reflect your goals. You can't say you want discipline, but live with distraction. You can't claim to seek greatness while feeding your mind with negativity. Alignment means living your mission in every thought, every action, every moment. Your environment plays a massive role in your mindset. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, not those who drain your energy. Protect your focus from voices that feed fear or doubt. When you're surrounded by belief, vision, and action, alignment becomes effortless. You begin to think bigger, act bolder, and move faster. The more your mindset aligns with your mission, the stronger your confidence becomes. You stop second-guessing yourself because your thoughts and goals are synchronized. You start trusting your instincts, following through on commitments, and building momentum that compounds over time. That's how consistency turns into strength. Alignment doesn't mean perfection, it means direction. You'll still face setbacks, but you'll handle them differently. Instead of questioning your path, you'll learn from the challenge and adjust. When your mindset and mission work together, failure becomes feedback, not final. Every morning, remind yourself of your mission and program your mind to serve it. Speak words of power, visualize success, focus your thoughts on growth, gratitude, and greatness. These small daily shifts strengthen alignment until it becomes automatic. When your mindset aligns with your mission, you no longer chase opportunities, they chase you. You become magnetic to success because everything about you, your energy, your focus, your actions, vibrates at the frequency of your purpose. That's when you move from trying to achieve to becoming unstoppable. Pain is inevitable, but what you do with it defines who you become. Every challenge, heartbreak, and failure carries a lesson meant to shape you. Most people run from pain, but the truth is pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. When you learn to turn pain into purposeful progress, you stop suffering and start evolving. Pain has two paths. It can either destroy you or drive you. The difference lies in your perspective. When you see pain as punishment, you shrink, but when you see it as preparation, you grow. Every struggle you face is sharpening your strength, building your endurance, and preparing you for the next level of your life. You can't build power without resistance. Just like muscles grow under pressure, your mind and spirit grow through adversity. The pain you feel today is the foundation of your strength tomorrow. It's not there to hold you back. It's there to push you forward, to awaken something deeper inside you. Turning pain into progress starts with acceptance. You can't heal what you keep denying. Don't bury your pain, face it, feel it, understand it, because when you acknowledge it, you take away its control. Pain only dominates when it's ignored. When you confront it with courage, it transforms from a wound into wisdom. Progress begins the moment you ask, what is this trying to teach me? That question shifts you from victim to victor. It turns breakdowns into breakthroughs. You start seeing purpose in the struggle. Every failure becomes feedback. Every disappointment becomes direction. That's how pain turns into fuel. When you use pain purposefully, it becomes your greatest motivator. You no longer need to be pushed. You're pulled by something bigger. You channel that energy into your goals, your vision, your mission. You stop trying to escape the discomfort and instead use it to move faster, stronger, and wiser than before. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who avoided pain. They're the ones who mastered it. They used every setback as a stepping stone, every heartbreak as a reminder of their resilience. Pain taught them focus. It taught them patience. It taught them power. That's why they rise when others quit. Your pain holds your purpose if you're willing to look deep enough. It reveals what truly matters to you. It shows you where you've been wounded and where you're meant to heal others. The scars you carry can become your greatest story, the one that inspires others to keep going when they want to give up. Progress isn't about escaping the past. It's about using it. Every tear, every sleepless night, every loss, it all has meaning when you use it to grow. You transform pain into purpose by refusing to waste it. You let it shape your character, not your identity. So don't run from your pain. Rise through it. Let it fuel your mission, strengthen your resolve, and remind you who you are. Because when you turn pain into purposeful progress, you don't just heal, you evolve. You become proof that every wound can become wisdom and every struggle can create strength. Discipline is the bridge that connects purpose to power. Purpose gives you direction, but discipline gets you there. Without discipline, dreams stay dreams. It's easy to talk about goals, but it's discipline, the daily, consistent action that transforms intention into impact. Purpose gives you the why. Discipline gives you the how. Every person who's achieved greatness had one common trait: discipline. Not talent, not luck. Discipline. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. That's what separates the average from the extraordinary. Purpose may light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about persistence. You'll slip, you'll fall, but what matters is that you get back up and keep moving. The disciplined person doesn't rely on motivation. They rely on commitment. They understand that consistency beats intensity. A small disciplined step every day will always outrun bursts of short-lived effort. When your purpose is strong, discipline becomes easier. You stop chasing comfort and start chasing growth. You begin to realize that temporary discomfort leads to long-term freedom. Every time you say no to distraction, you're saying yes to your destiny. That's the power of discipline. It builds focus, control, and inner strength. Discipline is self-respect in action. It's telling yourself, I'm worth the effort. When you keep the promises you make to yourself, your confidence grows. You begin to trust yourself again. Every disciplined choice reinforces your belief that you are capable, powerful, and in control of your life. There will always be a war between comfort and commitment. Comfort whispers, rest a little. Discipline replies, stay focused. Comfort says, tomorrow. Discipline answers, now. Every time you choose discipline, you silence the voice of limitation. You build the muscle of resilience that carries you through any storm. Discipline doesn't remove emotion, it masters it. You'll have days when you feel tired, uninspired, or defeated. But discipline teaches you to move anyway. It reminds you that your feelings don't determine your future, your actions do. And over time, those actions shape a life built on strength, not excuses. Purpose gives meaning to your effort, but discipline gives structure to your journey. Without structure, passion fades. With it, passion becomes progress. That's why discipline is the bridge. It connects the fire of your purpose to the force of your power, allowing you to move with precision and persistence. When you live with discipline, you begin to command your life instead of react to it. You stop being a prisoner of your moods and start becoming the master of your destiny. That shift is where true power begins, not from external success, but from inner control. So stay disciplined, guard your focus, honor your purpose with consistent action, because every time you choose discipline over distraction, you strengthen that bridge. And one day you'll look back and realize you didn't just cross from purpose to power, you became the bridge itself. The people and environments you surround yourself with shape your destiny. Energy is contagious. Whether it lifts you or drains you depends on who you allow into your space. If your vision is big, your circle must reflect that. Surround yourself with energy that fuels your growth, supports your mission, and reminds you of your potential. Every conversation either adds to your fire or extinguishes it. When you're around people who believe in possibility, your own belief expands. But when you're surrounded by doubt, negativity, or small-minded thinking, your vision starts to shrink. Protect your environment like your life depends on it, because your future does. You can't stay inspired in a room full of comfort seekers. Growth requires challenge, and challenge thrives in an atmosphere of driven, purposeful energy. Find people who push you to level up, who won't let you settle for average. The right circle won't compete with your success. They'll contribute to it. Energy doesn't lie. You can feel it when you walk into a room. You can feel it in people's words, tone, and attitude. Pay attention to how you feel after being around someone drained or inspired, heavy or motivated. That feeling is feedback. Listen to it. It's telling you who belongs in your journey and who doesn't. Your environment can either be your engine or your anchor. If you want to rise, you can't stay tied to people who choose to sink. It doesn't mean you judge or reject them. It means you prioritize your purpose. You can love people from a distance while still protecting your peace. When you surround yourself with high-energy individuals, those who think big, act bold, and move with vision, you naturally rise to their level. Their energy becomes your standard. You begin to mirror their mindset, their habits, their confidence. That's how collective growth happens. Iron sharpens iron. The right energy challenges your excuses. It calls you out when you play small. It reminds you of your greatness when you forget it yourself. That kind of environment doesn't let you stay stuck. It demands your evolution. Surround yourself with people who won't let you settle for anything less than your best. Your vision is sacred. It's fragile in its early stages, and not everyone will understand it. That's why you must guard it fiercely. Share your goals with people who see potential, not problems. With people who speak life, not fear. Because energy mixed with belief becomes momentum. Building the right circle takes intention. Seek mentors who walk the path you're on. Connect with peers who share your hunger. Distance yourself from those who constantly complain, gossip, or bring chaos. Over time, you'll notice that your energy, focus, and results all begin to rise. When you surround yourself with energy that fuels your vision, everything changes. You think bigger, move faster, and dream deeper. You become unstoppable not because the path got easier, but because your environment started feeding your purpose instead of fighting it. The energy around you either builds you or breaks you. Choose wisely. Struggle is not a sign of weakness, it's the birthplace of strength. Every challenge you face carries a lesson, and purpose is what gives that struggle meaning. Without purpose, pain feels pointless. But when you understand why you're fighting, every hardship becomes part of your growth. Purpose doesn't remove struggle, it transforms it into power. When life gets hard, most people ask, why is this happening to me? But those who live with purpose ask, what is this teaching me? That single question changes everything. It shifts your focus from suffering to strength, from frustration to fuel. Purpose turns obstacles into opportunities to evolve. Your struggle is preparing you for the life you're meant to live. Every delay, every setback, every disappointment, it's refining your character. Purpose helps you see that the pain you feel today is shaping the person you'll need to be tomorrow. The strongest souls are forged in the fire of resistance. Without purpose, struggle feels endless. It breaks your spirit and drains your will. But when you anchor your pain to a greater mission, it gains direction. You stop asking, when will this end? And start saying, this is building me. That's the moment struggle becomes strength. When you find meaning in the storm, purpose gives you endurance. It keeps you moving when everything inside you wants to quit. It reminds you that every challenge is temporary, but the growth it brings is permanent. When your why is strong enough, no obstacle can stop you. You may bend, but you will never break. The truth is, strength isn't built in comfort. Comfort teaches nothing. Struggle teaches everything. Purpose transforms pain into power by showing you that your trials are not punishments, they're preparations. You grow through what you go through, and purpose is what makes the journey worth it. When you live with purpose, you stop resenting your struggles. You start respecting them. You understand that every failure is feedback, everyone carries wisdom, and every loss expands your perspective. Struggle stops being something you fear. It becomes something you use. The people who inspire the world didn't live easy lives. They lived purposeful ones. Their pain gave them depth. Their setbacks gave them wisdom. And their purpose turned every scar into strength. When you find your own purpose, you begin to see that your greatest hardships were never there to break you. They were there to build you. Purpose also brings peace in the middle of struggle. It reminds you that even when you can't see the finish line, the process still matters. Every challenge is moving you closer to the person you're meant to become. Purpose gives you faith that the struggle is shaping your story, even when you can't see the full picture. So, the next time life tests you, remember this: your struggle is not wasted when it's tied to purpose. Let it mold you, not control you. Let it strengthen your heart and sharpen your vision. Because when purpose transforms your struggle, you no longer just survive, you rise stronger, wiser, and unstoppable.